Everybody, hope everybody's doing well and enjoying your holiday break. Hopefully you get a holiday break, if not the holiday season so far. And I just wanted to talk about a couple of things running related that's going to come up in the new year for me. And first things first, I'm going to talk about the first training block, the first kind of real goal that I'm going to have in 2022. So as some of you would know, I'm already on a run streak of 80 some days. Today, as I'm filming this on December 23rd, is day 84. My original plan was to just do this run streak until the end of 2022, which would make it a 15-month run streak. Now, there is the potential I might switch that up and cut it a little bit early, but I'll get into that later in this video. First thing I'm going to do in 2022 is just continue to build my kind of mileage and aerobic base, and just running regularly, you know, for a few weeks. And when I say regularly, I don't mean just running every day. I mean like getting that weekly mileage up to, you know, maybe like 30 miles, 50K or something like that, just so that I can feel comfortable with running, you know, some distance, and I've got that in the legs so that I can start doing some training. And then I'm going to get into half marathon training. So as some of you would know, I attempted a sub 140 half marathon last fall. It was last November, and you know, I did really well, but I didn't quite hit the goal. I came in at 142. I ended up having a little bit of like pain in and around my kidney area for the last about 5K, and it really did just slow me down and then just took it out of me. I feel like I was in shape for the 140, but it just wasn't the day for me, and that's okay. It was a great training block, and then I was going to attempt a 138 because I felt like I was, you know, in good shape and the 140 wasn't out of the question. I was going to aim for a 138 for my 38th birthday, which was this past July of 2021. But with a lot of stuff going on, between a couple of long dog sitting stays, like house sitting stays, moving, the loss of one of our cats, just so many things that had happened around that time. And like, it's not like we just moved, we actually bought a house on the other side of the province, so it was like, it was just not possible to continue training, and just so many other things going on that I just aborted that plan altogether. Speaking of cats, I've got Merle here. She just jumped down and walked away. But anyway, so that was kind of a goal for earlier this year, but I just never got to it. So I'm gonna start back up. I really want to crack that 140 mark on the half marathon. And again, I mean, I feel like it's something that I'm perfectly capable of. I just need to train and have a good day and can do it. So training is going to start officially on January 31st, and I've got a half marathon that's already booked. It was one that was deferred from this year into next spring, so May 6th or 8th, I forget what it is. May 8th, I think, is the date, and it is in Fredericton, New Brunswick. It's where I ran not my fastest marathon, but my overall best marathon, I would say, as far as how I felt through the whole thing and just how things went to plan. And that was in 2018. So I'm going to do in the half, and it's an out and back on the trail. It's a really well-groomed trail. It is dirt for most of it, but there is some paved section as well. But it's such a nice trail that honestly, I mean, it's not going to be a lot slower at all than running on the road. A little bit, because you don't have exactly the firm surface, but I mean, I feel like, you know, if I do some of my training on the trail or train a couple seconds per kilometer faster than my goal pace, I'll be fine. So it's a great course. It's flat and it's fast. It's a great course for that PR attempt. So that's what's going to be happening as my first sort of training block in 2022. So it's going to be 14 weeks in total of actual training. Again, January is just going to be building up, running easy for like 4 weeks, and then kicking off the training. So I mean, you could argue that it's actually 18 weeks, but I mean, whatever, it's just running more a little bit, and then I'll start introducing workouts and doing specific stuff for the half marathon during those 14 weeks. One of the things I'll do as well about 3 weeks prior to the half marathon is I'm going to race a 10K time trial. So this will be by myself. I'm going to either do that on the track, or I'm going to find a flat place to do that. I don't really have a lot of flat here around my new house, so I'll probably do it on the track. And that is more so to just get in the headspace of racing. And I'll probably talk about this as I go over my plan and stuff, and talk more about it. But essentially, I really want to just get primed. I want to get ready physically, and that's what the training is going to do. But then I feel like that time trial will get me ready mentally, especially if it goes well and I break the 45-minute mark on the half marathon or on the 10K. That's probably the target there, which I think will be perfectly possible, because that's about the right pace if I'm training for a 140 half. So yeah, I just feel like that's gonna be good, and then taper down and do the half marathon. And then once that is done, which hopefully goes well, I'd love to crack that 140 mark. I'm gonna take a couple of weeks just to sort of absorb, chill, recover, and let my legs do what they need to do. And then I'm going to go right into 50K training. So I've not run an ultra before. I've been running since 2016. And I've run a few marathons, but I've not run an ultra before, and I feel like it's the time to do so. I just feel like I'm ready for it, and I'm gonna aim for a 50K. Again, it's just gonna be a solo effort. There's not a lot of events around the area, and who knows what's gonna be happening with restrictions and whatnot. I don't even know if that half marathon's still gonna go on as planned, but whatever. Can't plan for the things that you just can't. You can't know, you can't predict, so you just get yourself ready, get prepared, and if it happens, it happens. If not, well, you adjust. But I'm gonna get into 50K training. I do not have a time in mind for that. I've got no thought at all on an actual goal. There's not going to be a time goal, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because I feel like there's probably a pace that I could hold for that, and that would be like a loose plan, is to run around a certain pace. But I still don't even have a course mapped for that. I don't know if I'm going to do like a trail, more like single track wooded trail type stuff. There's a couple places near here that I could do like loops. I really don't even know yet what I'm going to do for that, so I don't want to get too far ahead and start thinking about, well, what can I do as far as time here? Because really I just want to cover the distance and just say, hey, I've done a 50K. So that's really the goal there. That's going to be, how many weeks have I got planned for that? I think that's going to be 16 weeks. So I think that's going to take me pretty much to Labor Day weekend. And that's just going to be, 4 months of really solid, easy running for the most part, and just getting the mileage up. Like, I'm going to hit the marathon distance twice in training, because I really just want to, I just want to run a lot. I just want to run often. I want to run a lot. I want to run 100 kilometers, 110, 120 kilometers in a week, probably on peak week, 3 weeks out. I just really want to run that much, where I'm putting in that kind of distance, and I feel like the fitness, the speed, the aerobic endurance will just all come to me naturally as a result of running that much more. But with that said, this is where I was going when I was talking about it earlier, of the run streak. So realistically, if I'm running that kind of high mileage, even though to keep the run streak going, I would only need to jump on the treadmill and do 10 minutes and run a mile or a little bit more than a mile. If there's a day where I'm like, you know what, I really just need to not even do that mile because the run streak isn't worth, risking the training or injury or anything like that, then I will absolutely break the run streak for the purpose of taking whatever time I need to stay healthy, number one, and achieve that goal of running a 50K. So while it would be cool to be able to just, still keep that up, and maybe there's one day a week, Monday is usually the day after a long run, where I just jump on and do 10 minutes or whatever, and even if it's really slow, then great, that would be cool. I'd like to keep that run streak going to the end of 22 like I had originally planned, but if not, that's fine too. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for 22, and So after that 50K, I don't have anything really planned after that. I'll probably just do, a couple of weeks or so of easy running again, and then maybe maybe I'll even get into, because I'll be very fit at that point, aerobically fit. Maybe then I'll try to tackle the either the half marathon or 10K or maybe even 5K. I'll have all that fitness that I can use and translate into speed. And so maybe I'll do like short little block where I do some short and sharp workouts, hit some smaller distances, and try to just hit some new PRs on some shorter distances to round out 22. Not really sure yet, but yeah, okay. And then real sneak peek. I know we're talking way out there now. We're talking like a year and a half away, but I'm considering. And the reason, well, I'll bring it up only because the reason why I wanted to get a 50K under my belt, at least one, is because I'm considering in 2023 in July running 40 miles for my 40th birthday. So I know if I don't get ready for that, then I'm just going to be overwhelmed if I hit 2023 and I'm like, okay, now I need to get ready to run 40 miles and I've got 7 months to do it. I could probably do it, but it'll be way nicer mentally, I think, to know, like, okay, well, I've already run a 50K, I've already run the marathon distance a couple of times, like, if I can run 50K, I can run 64, which is 40 miles, right? So anyway, that's way out there, and obviously anything could happen. I have no delusions that everything's going to go to plan and that I've got every run for the next year and 8 months mapped out, just looking at my calendar here. But anyway, that's the loose long-term goal. And a half marathon first, hopefully breaking that sub 140 mark, and then a 50K after that. And I guess we'll see what happens at that point. But anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble about running for another 12 minutes and 42 seconds, and I'll just leave it there, guys. Let me know down below what your plans for 2022 are, what your next training block is going to look like, if you know, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.